Being said, it is 2:05. I'm about to bring on the line this beautiful lady. What? Look at God. Woo! Y'all just don't know. We've been trying for
Yes,
2 times in a week.
absolutely. But
Man,
we
God is
made
so
it.
good. I am super
We made
excited.
it.
Huh?
I said we made it, sis.
I know. I'm super excited. Oh, you so beautiful. So, you
Thank
guys,
you.
I will let her take the floor. Go ahead and tell your testimony that God led you to tell. And at the end of your testimony, I do 3 questions, and then we will be finished. And you can continue to watch as the rest of the live will continue. So go ahead and take the floor. I will actually, as you guys see, her name is Tanya, and she also is an author. She's a coach. She's so amazing. And what makes her more amazing is, I just want to say this real quick before I give her the floor. She was recently a guest speaker on our podcast show. And she said something that just made my heart sing. She said she used to tag team with her daddy. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, you need to hear this. It is important for your child to have their father in their life. I don't care what emotions, what feelings you feeling. If that daddy wanna be in the child life, let him be. If he don't, oh well, God will he will step in because that's what he do. But fathers, please understand how important it is to be in your child life. Don't just go around making babies. Please be in your child life because this lady is so amazing. Look at her today. So y'all better make sure y'all follow her, and she'll give you guys all her following pages at the end. Go ahead, you have the floor. We ready to hear.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna jump in. You talking about you just gonna let me flow. We gonna end up flowing together. I'm confident in that. As Bless said, my name is Tanya. Bless said, not, my name is Tanya. I'll talk with Tanya. That's where you'll find me on social media. So if you want to, go on and go over there and follow me on Talk with Tanya on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Definitely want to just also say to you guys, thank you for the opportunity to come and talk to y'all today because listen, Blessed must have did something special. She was like, no, I need you right away. I was like, oh, okay, sis. I mean, I must have did something good on DNA podcast. Shout out to Deontay and Miss Jazzy. Okay. They tag team, they got a tag team trio. Okay. But yeah, she wanted to have me share a little bit about my testimony or my story. And it's probably gonna be more than one simple thing because I can talk. Obviously, I'm a PK, so I can talk. But I will give you kind of the background of what I said when I told her that first. And basically, my dad is a pastor. He's an apostle now, and I was born into PK Kingdom. Meaning I was a PK preacher's kid before I was even born. And then later on, he ended up starting his own church when I was probably in middle school. But it might have been elementary. Child, it's been a long time. I keep up with it as my little sister age because it came around her being born. But yeah, like I knew from a very early age that even though I was wanting to be quiet, this right here in me, it wouldn't let me be quiet. This purpose, this voice, this using, he said he was gonna use me, even if I didn't want to be used. So started speaking like at 3, 4 years old. Because listen, as a PK kid, if don't nobody else get up and say nothing, please know you're gonna get the mic put passed down to you. What you get out of it, Tanya? What you get out of it, Roger? What you get out of it, Tony? What you get out? Listen, somebody gonna get on that mic, and it's gonna end up probably being one of us. So just having that training and foundation, a lot of times people take it for granted for having it, but it really plays a role. It has you remember stuff that you didn't even know you remembered. Segue into the testimony, okay? It how you remember scriptures, it how you remember prayers, it how you end up going to church when you don't feel like it, when you numb, when you doing stuff. It how
Yeah.
you going because your granny would say you just need to be in the building. Just be in the building. I'd be like, what? I learned that for myself. I learned that for myself. And so basically, life was always happening. And I think I want to make sure I make that plain, especially with this being Mental Health Awareness Month. Don't assume that once you get out of one storm, one battle, one fight, that it's over. No.
Mm-mm.
There will always be a storm. There will always be a battle. There will always be in something because we go from earth, from glory to glory. You know, we always going from one to the next. As soon as Jesus got off the boat from that storm, he walked into another one that he wasn't expecting. So it's always something. Yes, that's not a lie. It's the truth. It's always something, but it's a difference when you have, as my auntie would say, you got the right partner with you. You got the Holy Ghost and Jesus on the side. It's good when you have some good dancing partners, you know. So can't you tell? I was around a whole bunch of older people growing up, and I was always sitting under their wisdom. But yeah, like growing up had life, but it's different when you like the child in the life versus you in the adult version and you in the life happening. And so life started happening for real in a major way. Everything from job loss 6 times in 7 years, everything from being in a recession as a newlywed. Y'all see my eyes. I'm winking. uh Being in a recession as a newlywed couple, trying to find your own foundation, your footing. Listen, trying to keep your head above water, and none of them. We did not hit the Jeffersons. We didn't get to the sky. We was like, we was in the basement. Okay, we was in the basement because literally it was job loss, unemployment back to back. One would be on, the other one would be getting that notice to let go. The other one will finally get something, then the other one will be like, oh, we gotta let you go. So it's like, are y'all playing me? Like I'm like for real. Like God, you really this you sure the last time wasn't enough? Like that's how I talk to him because I gotta keep the 100. I be like, are you certain? Like, are you sure that we can handle this? Are you sure we can do this? And he'll just give me that little nudge. You know, I never put more on you than you can bear. I be like, I can't burn no more. So I don't know who you checking in with, but you ain't checking in with me, right? I talk to him in a real way, you know? And so job loss, um, that was one thing. Newly married couple in the middle, at the beginning of a recession, trying to build, ain't building nothing. We building a pit. We building a pit, you know? We building Joseph Pit, or rather the ones his brothers built for him. But that plus illnesses, health issues and stuff for me, like I don't know if I had shared it on the one with DNA podcast, but I'm just being led to just be freely open about my testimony related to this part of it because this is especially mental health awareness month. This is a very important time to be cognizant and
Very.
aware that people are going through so much, and some people it's triggered things. You know what I'm saying? They thought they was good. They thought they was okay. They had to be in complete aloneness. They had to be in complete silence. They had to be by themselves. Oh, wait a minute, because you know they had been doing life blessed where they had been going to every function, every dating and mating, you know, singles event, you know, every women's Bible study. Then they would kick it with their girls. Then they would kick it with the homies, and they hadn't had to be alone, but now they're alone and they ain't knowing what to do, and so it's triggering some things. And so with Mental Health Awareness Month, I just been feeling led to be even more vocal around mental health, being more vocal around infertility and endometriosis and stuff, because a lot of people don't get that. That's like, I had seen this post, this meme. Hey sir, I seen this meme where it said some they gave like the different levels or ways to which a person is disabled. And so they were showing all these different images, the regular handicap symbol and variations of it. And then they had one all the way at the bottom. They had that row, and then they had one below it where it was just one person, and they was the regular stick figure. And so that made me realize the fact that the disabilities and issues that I fight because God gave me the strength to fight are the ones that nobody even sees. Unless I show you that I'm in pain, which 9 times out of 10 I'm not, because I don't want that type of energy. You're not even gonna know it. But my sis said you know it. She said, but see, this is what I gotta know. You can really tell if you look at her eyes. I be like, stop telling people the secret. Stop that. Don't tell people that. She was like, yes, if you look at her eyes and them muds looks like painful, or she like clenching. I said, stop telling them my secrets, girl. That's how I'm trying to shake it off, and I want people to know. But all jokes aside, during that time, it's made during that time then and during this time now, it's made me more even vocal to tell people, especially women, and men, you're not alone, especially if you have one of those invisible disabilities that people can't see. You know, don't try and prove yourself to nobody. You know what your battle is. You know what how much you can bear as far as the physical side of things. And so if you need to sit your tail down, sit down. If you need to take this time, this opportunity to rest your body. Because a lot of times, if I know if y'all like me, I be pushing in the pain. I be straight pushing. And then one day, the Holy Spirit be like, "Oh, you thought I was playing with you? I'm gonna sit you down for a whole week." I be like, "No, I don't want that. I don't want to be in bed." He was like, "You thought I was playing with you?" I was like, "No, no." But I understand it. Like I have endometriosis, so with that comes not just severe pain, because apparently I have a severe and chronic form of it, but it also comes with sometimes sleepless nights. Well, not some, all the time. Sleepless nights, in addition to that, you deal with up and downs, you deal with depression, you deal with anxiety, listen, let me talk to you in real talk. You deal with not feeling like you're good enough. You feel like you're unworthy. You feel like your body is hating against you. And that's just one of them I got. The rest of them, all of them. And then I had to tell somebody, I told my mom, I called her, right? I said, listen, why you and my daddy give me all y'all traits? And she told me, what you talking about? I said, out of all the kids, it was 8 of us. How I get everything? Everything?
Mm.
Everything. Like for real. Like, no lie. I know you I'm gonna talk back on the first, major one, but I have to talk to you guys about a present one as well, a present testimony. Um for the up until 2019, I had a major chronic surgery for 3 years back to back, in
Ooh.
addition to additional other surgeries as well during that time, right? And so I'm just sitting here like, you really don't like me, guy. Like, I gotta talk to y'all how when people in pain talk, I gotta talk to y'all how when you fighting a battle that nobody can see, even if it's in your mind, I gotta talk to how I talk to God. So I be like, Lord, do you not like me? Like for real? And y'all like Tanya, I thought you was a purpose pusher. I thought you was a hope dealer. I thought you was the one. Also, I don't go through nothing. I don't go through nothing. Blessed don't go through nothing. Deontay don't go through nothing. Y'all listen, stop playing. No, we go through stuff. It's just we are able to bounce back faster because we know who's in us and we know who we can call on. You know what I'm saying? But please don't believe that we don't go through. I feel like somebody needed to hear that today, especially. Please don't think just because you see Blessed on here doing her thing, doing her businesses, that she is always feeling blessed. Nah, she have some unblessed mornings. She have some rocky afternoons and some late night
Mhm.
wondering, Lord, when you gonna bless me type times and situations. I see Deontay over there testifying too. Yeah, like you gotta know sometimes, and then it's not even a physical, but it's or a mental illness or disease. It's just you wanting to face and fight being good enough, being worthy enough. Somebody watching the podcast, somebody listening to the live, somebody, I said that wrong, somebody listening to the podcast, somebody watching the live, somebody buying your book, somebody showing up for your play, somebody just wanting to support because they believe in you because God is shining through you, right? And so I don't know why I went off on a tangent in this, but I guess some folks need to hear this. Like you
Clearly.
can't you can't assume that just because we got it all. I ain't even listen. This wasn't even a lip gloss, okay? So you can't even assume that because we can get in front of the camera that we don't face life situations and things that happen outside of the camera, because we do, okay? We do. And so I need you to know that you are able and you are capable to get in front of your camera too. You can get in front of your life and not keep letting life happen to you, but you can get in front of your camera instead of staying behind it and letting stuff happen and just seeing you in it, but not willing to do nothing while you're in it. And so back to the testimony of the one I know she wanted to tell you guys about, was so all this was happening. Job loss, financial problems, major health problems. Folks was coming up to me, yo, at church like, when you gonna get one? When y'all gonna have one? I was like, first of all, I didn't know he was giving them out like water today, but apparently he was. He must didn't let me drink under the water. And they was like, wait, what? And so not realizing that you asking a person that is probably in major pain, a person that is already been told since they were 17 might not be able to have kids, when they gonna pass the water to you? Just because all my friends isn't been playing in the water. Okay. Like for real. And so I was even dealing with that emotional side of things of, am I good enough? Am I a woman? Am I gonna like, cause you know, like for real, all of this comes to your mind. And I want to tell you that just because it comes there doesn't mean it has to stay there. Just because you think about it doesn't mean that it is so. You know, you can change your thinking. You can start affirming yourself with I am statements, with confirm with saying confessions, with putting the word of God before you, with reading, with praying, listen, with laying after all yourself on your own altar in your own prayer closet, okay? You know, you can get through this. You just got to know what the other side of it looks like, right? And so that was, I had went to service, and I got a shout out to my bishop. He's now Apostle Stephen W. Banks, and he's awesome, in his own right. And it was, listen, back in the building, I done went to a prayer meeting, numb, not present, with some kind of way. Me and my sis, she was like, because she lived across in the other part of the condo section. She was like, "You want to go to 10 days of I was like, I guess so." And we went, and Bishop calmed me down, and he started praying for me. And I think he sensed how much um of a fight and a battle I was in, because I was ready to give it in. I'm just gonna be real, child. Like I was ready to be done because I didn't feel like I had nothing else. So you know what they say when you at the end of hope's rope, child. I wasn't even at the end of it. I was on the floor. There wasn't no rope for me. But he called me up there, and he had the mothers pray. Okay, the mothers pray. And when I got up, probably my sis, she was like, "Girl," when she heard it, she said, "You exaggerating, child. It felt like 30 minutes." When I got up after them 30 minutes, I knew that I had to do something. I knew that I had to take necessary action and cause, so that even if that was where I felt like I was at, that I didn't stay there. And so I started going to therapy. You see how I brought it full circle? Sometimes sometimes you need the reminder that it's okay. You can do the praying, the fasting, the church, the counseling with the pastoral staff, but you still may need some clinical and medical help as well. You may need a therapist, you may need a counselor, you may need a group support system, you may need a lot of things. So get what you need that's legal. Okay, get what you need that's legal, and it is a self-care thing that you can do. And so I started going back to therapy, and I was started back on Talk with Tanya, the vlog. And then I started also writing down to myself. I thought it was to myself, but it wasn't. But hey, I don't want you to ever feel stuck. I don't want you to never not know how to get out of your head and jump back into life. I don't want you to ever, not know how to get your mind right. And so your girl just wrote this little thing down and left it alone because I didn't know what else I was supposed to do with it. And 5 years later, the Holy Spirit was like, "Sis, I know you be talking to me because I flows in my gift. But is you talking to me, or you talking to me to talk to somebody? Like I talk to him like that. He didn't know since I'm talking to you. Pull that book you wrote out and pull it out because I put it in you. It's time to pull it out and get it with an editor and get also another book. Yeah, another book to get your mind right journal. I said, who did that one? You finna do that one right now. And go ahead on and put that together. Let that be your first book, and now let that be the catalyst for you, literally, for your own self and your own business to begin to put it all together, put your puzzle pieces together, so you can do life writing with. So I ended up doing that, ended up getting some coaching certification, even though I have been doing it for years. Got them little letters. Ended up also, like I said, I told you I have been speaking since 3. So I was like, well, let me put my name on there so I can get a speaker fee. So started, doing professional speaking, and then also strategists. Like I've been doing it for corporate America for years. Why you ain't gonna bring all of you to the table? Like that was the thing, and I think that's what I want to leave you guys with before I turn it back to Blessed to ask any questions, or if anybody else has to ask her any questions, is that sometimes you need to know that you got it, and there will be reminders in life to remind you that you are that very thing, that you have it, and it's already been in you, and it's already for you because it was in you before you were even born. And so I wanted to leave you guys with this: if nothing else that you do, bet on yourself. Bet on you that you got the gifts. Bet on you that you have the prayer life. Bet on you that you have the abilities and know how. Bet on you that you have the relationships and the connections, or that they coming to you. Like, bet on you for a change, because so many times you put so many people above and before you that you've lost yourself. You lost your identity. You lost your purpose. You don't mess around and gave some of your promise away. You doing it like Esau and Jacob. You giving your promise away. Like what? What? No, no, this yours. And so, if nothing else, I want to leave you with, and I hope that this season has taught you, is to bet on yourself. Start working on the work that within you. Start going after what he put in you and letting it produce itself, and do it again and again and again, because we can't take life for granted. We cannot take this moment for granted. And we definitely cannot take the opportunities and times like this, where people like Blessed are coming on and really just pouring out and giving others the opportunity and platform to pour out as well, to help others. And so, we can't take for granted the poor, because you'll end up going to the end of your road, or the end of it, and it's gone. And I would hate for you to have lived a life where you've been empty this whole time, and it's because you refuse to let the oil flow.
Mm, that is good. That was so good. And it's so crazy because I say this every week, every 2 times a week. It always coincides with what God has, the word he has. So if y'all want to know what he said before she get off, y'all better start sharing this live right now. Share. You better tag somebody. All right. So I have 3 questions, and they're called the Holy Spirit. Oh well, the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the Son.
Okay.
Uh, because number one is the Father, because that's who started the whole thing. Number two
Hmm.
is the Holy Spirit, because he's got your back. And number three, the advice one is because Jesus came on earth to show us the way, and that is
Hmm.
his advice, uh,
Okay.
with his actions, if that makes sense. Okay,
Hmm.
so I know God told me to explain that to everybody, because all I say was the Father, the Spirit, and the Holy Spirit. I don't never explain the whole meaning, but I keep forgetting there are some lost souls out there, and you don't know what I mean when I say the Holy Trinity. So there you go. All right. So the first question is, how did it start, and or what was the cause of it?
Of what? I'm sorry.
Of, I don't know how to pronounce the word you said. The the ability you were talking about.
Oh,
I don't know how to
you
pronounce it. I
you
never
talking
heard it.
about you talking about spiritual gifts,
No, no,
the
the
illnesses?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, for the most part, they think for me the endometriosis was inherited. It's a up and down. As the some doctors say it can be, some doctors say they can't, but for me, they feel like it was inherited and from my mom side of the family, and so um, you know it's just painful. I mean, like almost since day one when you had that surprise in the restroom when you was in middle school. Surprise, I'm here. And you done seen all these after you done got older. You done seen all these little. They do parties. They have days, and they just special. I was like, I ain't wasn't nothing special about that. That was the day I learned what pain was and would never forget. Like so, I was like,
Yep.
okay. But from it, I will say it's taught me to cherish life even the more, because like I said, I used to, when I early on, when I couldn't understand it, I would just get mad at myself, like, why can't I do this? Why won't my body cooperate? Why this? Why that? Why that? And I would literally just become self-absorbed and feeling self not self-absorbed and feeling less than. Like I'm less than a woman, I'm less than a wife, I'm less than this and that. And so it literally just started to play its tricks on my mind and in my spirit, because I don't know about y'all, but in my family and in all the world I be in, they see a newly married couple. When y'all having a baby? And they looking at you like you ain't never had nothing. They looking at you at 25 like you ain't never had nothing that you done had to go through in life. Stop lying. You like stop lying. sis, I probably done had way more than you done had. But that, they looking like you ain't old enough to be in no real pain. You ain't old, until they heard she done had her fourth surgery. What? She all right? I get that more now. Like, she all right? Because now they understand the totality of it. But yeah, like for me, their thought is that it definitely possibly was in, inherited, and it's just, a horrible battle that wreaks its havoc through my family.
Gotcha. And we gonna keep you in prayer. Now, do you have kids now, or are you still waiting?
You really going in today. I just told my sis, I said,
It's
I
nothing
said,
but God.
he showed is causing me to come out with this whole thing.
Yes.
So long story short, we tried infertility. I mean, we tried fertility treatments and stuff, and going through that process. We actually went through it a whole year, and only to end with the IVF process as a failure. So no, we do not have any, and don't know if we'll ever have any.
It's gonna come natural. That's why. I got you, girl. Keep believing. Like, oh my God, if he can goddamn give Sarah a baby, him and Boo Boo Child, quit playing. You know who
Hey,
God is. You know who
I
God
know.
is.
Yeah, I think for me, I have always been prepared. And I've always kind of sat with that. Even when I was dealing with it in my 20s and early in marriage, I've kind of sat with, like, having to know that he was still God, even if I never was able to, even if the process included something, hey, even if the process was something unfortunate, like a loss. Um, I've been mentally and spiritually prepared. It didn't make no change. I mean, and I can't say when the whole process for a whole year resorted in a loss. I can't say that it was easy, because for me, that's why I said I understand the fact of um this recession triggering things, because for me, I thought I was cool until we decided to actually do IVF. And then he said, "Oh, you thought it was gonna be easy. Oh, you thought, oh, test. Here come one test. Oh, dang. Here come another test. Dang, golly, like, do you really? Are you? Are you here? And so I thought I had dealt with all of it, not to realize I was gonna get some. We were gonna get more worse news, and you just like, for real, for real. But that's why I say I can understand if this time is triggering you. But what I do know is that for me, I'm still one that I'm okay with adoption. And so I feel like however God's going to do it, um, I do still believe that it'll happen. However he does it, he does things well. And so that's how I look at it, that even if they don't come from me, they're going to come to me. And so I'm even still in agreement on that word.
Good, good. Because I was gonna say that even if it has to be adoption, he gonna make a way. But not only that, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to say, if you're married and people come at you when y'all gonna have a baby, let me tell you right now, it is okay not to have kids if that is
Oh, yeah.
something both parties agree on. Okay, so don't ever
Hmm.
let nobody make you feel low, less than, because you married with no kids. Period. Even though yes, God say, we marry
Be
and
fruitful and
multiply,
multiply.
but
Hmm.
multiply could have meant multiple things. It
Yep.
could have meant
It could have been
help.
businesses.
Yep.
It could have
Yep.
been helping the neighborhood. It could have been showing up at your church and using not just your singlehood, but now your marriage life as a ministry. So, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep. Anything. So number two,
Hmm.
this is a two-part question. So what I'll
Okay.
do is I'll ask the first question, and then that'll base off
In
of the.
case I forget.
Yeah. so
Okay, I'm with you.
do you have anyone in your corner? Yes or no?
I do. I do. Like I said, I'm a big proponent of therapy. So, after the past 2 years with the loss of the um embryo with IVF or baby, I also lost my sister. Um, so she was my ride or die up until she passed last June. I also lost my grandmother. I lost a couple of aunts, a couple of cousins. I lost my sister-in-law. I lost then my husband and I lost some friends or friends' parents. So you like Tanya, girl, what? Yes, exactly. And so I would not be who I am if not being honest to tell you that I took some time for me. I'm still taking some time for me. I do believe in therapy. I did grief therapy, and I did group therapy, and I plan to do like join this group that's at a local church, but it's for anybody anywhere. It's around chronic illnesses and their caregivers. And then there's another group around infertility. So I'm trying to debate on which one of those I want to join as well, because the thing about the enemy and what he does is he tries to make you think like you're the only one. He try
Yeah.
to make you think like you the only one that this done ever happened to the way it's happened to, and no record is there. You the
Mhm.
first one, and that's a lie. And that's why I said I wanted to make sure that I tell you how much I support and believe in therapy, but also how much I believe in the importance of letting each other know we're in this with you. And I think that's why I like that saying that everybody has been saying, alone together, because no matter if you're alone, you're not by yourself, first of all. First of all, that's just once again how the enemy trying to play you, play them tricks on your mind. You're not by yourself. But two, there are people that he will put in your life and then place in position to show up and to show up in a real way. And so no lie, and I'm sure I have the liberty to talk about it because she shared her entire journey. But right when we were about to start, I ran into my sis from Virginia at a church I was visiting in Texas. Now we have a home church, but they're nearby, and I think they had like something going on, and I wanted to go. So I ran up on my sis. I was like, "Girl," and they had actually already had one child through IVF, but I want to say two or three failed IVFs, and then they were considering making a decision to go back for another one. So all throughout that process, my sis was right there. Like, she calling, she texting. She done even fussed at me a few times. I ain't gonna tell you why, but she done fussed at me. And so even now after this, we both have just had failed IVFs and babies. Um, but we still know he's still God. He has a perfect plan. And so when it came to that, like, sis was right there. Like, and I definitely have another one that I've known for years, but God has even linked us in some of the work that we do. We do like a brunch tea called A Moment for Me. Because for women, sometimes we forget to take that moment. And so my sis, that's her whole mission. She be like, you need a mama day, you need a selfie day, like whatever. You need to get out the house. You need to make him watch them kids today. Yes, watch your own kids. Yes, that's what people do. They keep their own kids, not just watch them. Like, she a whole advocate. Okay, she don't play. She don't
I
play.
know that's right.
And so we brought aspects of her to it and aspects of what I do to it. And we were doing some like quarterly um brunches called A Moment for Me. So she's in my life also, and I think she might be still on here. My sis out in Cali, Mr. Tyson, she listed. She just
Hey,
in tune in her spiritual gifts as mine, and she'll you all right? You all right? I be like, listen, I was about to ask you, was you all right? She was like, the Lord told me, he put me on your point, put you on my heart, and me and mama over here laying out praying. Mama in VA and I'm here in Cali, and we just praying. I be like, okay, okay, I receive it. Thank you, Lord.
yeah.
But yeah, so I just appreciate how God orchestrates the people that he has. Like I said, I have the intimate ones. I have the relationships, the group therapy and support, and my therapist as well, because you can't go. I don't care how strong you are.
Mhm.
Listen. The way you stay strong is taking care of yourself. The way you know how you talk to a person in fitness training, and they used to tell you all about these vitamins and supplements and waters and all these things that you need to do to stay healthy, strong, and on the course. It's the same way. Y'all need to take y'all medicine. Y'all need to go to some spiritual vitamins from the house of the Lord. Then you need to get some supplements from maybe your group and support systems, and not just the ones that you run to and complain about your marriage or your job to, but some ones that's gonna pray after, okay? And then if
Mhm.
it's necessary, do even the more. I don't want you to leave nothing unchecked, because you don't do that when you go to the doctor. You don't do that when you're trying to lose them 10, 15, 30, 40, 50 pounds. You don't leave nothing unchecked. So literally, it's the same that I want you to know as well when it comes to your mental health and status as well. Hey, Jasmine.
I definitely agree. And I like when you said that you do your tea time with your girls, your sisters. And me and my sisters just started doing that. We do it on Snapchat. And it just makes my heart melt, even though sometimes the Lord, I literally be having to go on spiritual calls or I'll be on another call. I'm still on the line with them, even if I'm on mute, because it's a great thing and it's an important thing, especially during this quarantine times.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have to set up those tea time dates with your friends, your sisters, your
Yes.
brothers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we got to connect one way
Yes.
or another. And yes, I wholeheartedly agree with the therapy. I'm excited. Can't wait till me and my daughter's therapy session this Wednesday. So therapy definitely works. If kids love it, Honey Boo Boo Child, it's worth it. Because you know
Yes.
how,
That's what's
especially,
up.
and she a teenager. So if a
Mm-hmm.
teenager love it, come on now. Y'all grown-ups, we got to get it together. It don't make you, it don't mean if you got to do it, oh, well, it's something wrong with you or something not wrong with you. You wash your
Mm-hmm.
car every day, right?
I'm
Ain't nothing wrong
telling you.
with your
That's what I'm
car.
saying.
Your car
I'm
probably wasn't
saying.
even dirty, but you wash it, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so the second part of the question, and before we get to that and the last question, y'all better make sure you guys are sharing this. I am doing a giveaway. So whoever shares the most, and when you share the most and you see that person join in, make sure you comment under their name #tat so I know how to count who shared the most and the people join in. Okay, so whoever has the most people joined in today's live, you will get today's giveaway, and I will make sure I do that before we allow do the sinner's prayer. Okay, and the second part of that question was if you had both help, support, and no help or support, can you tell the viewers the difference in your opinion? What is better, to have someone there or not to have someone there?
Well, it's always better to have someone there because, yes, God does move and He does maybe talk to you through His word and through sometimes even just in your prayer time. But He also still uses what I refer to as vessels, chosen vessels, people. And so sometimes He's going to use somebody to get to you. And so you need them others in your life, not just the help and but the help too. You need that because you never know who He's going to use to, if you woke up feeling down and out and in pain, just somebody just come here, baby, let me give you a hug and don't know you from Adam. That was Him sending the other your way. If you get a text, a group text with all your sisters, and they like, girl, you gonna rock this out today. You gonna be good. Don't worry about no flare up. You got this. Like, yeah. So it's definitely great to have the help and the others because He uses those others to show up in this earth in a real way. You said what would it be like, or would you suggest doing not have like what it's like it with no help and no help?
Right. What is it like with help and without help?
Girl, mm, that ain't what you want. I'm just gonna tell you that ain't what you want. You want, especially if you're not good in your health and you ain't got nobody around you for you with you.
Mm.
How you gonna get to listen? What happened if you can't you wake up you can't move and you can't even go to the doctor office? You just gonna call Uber and Uber gonna come get you dressed and Uber gonna come help you with the shower and Uber gonna get you down your stairs into their car. I don't know. Uber don't do it like that just yet. They working on a little handicap version of it, but they don't do that. So I'm gonna listen. You gonna need some fam. Mess around. You mess around and need a sis and a bro. The bro to help you get your tail off the floor because you don't fell out. The sis to help you come clean you up, and then the bro to help take you down them steps, okay?
Yeah.
Because you can't do it alone. Like we're not meant to be alone. We're not meant to do it alone. And I want, if I can say it like this, I want to break that lie. I want to break the back of that lie to be one where you say, I don't need nobody, or I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good. How many times you gonna say you good before you realize you ain't? You know what I'm saying? Stop
Mm.
trying to be so hard. Stop trying to be so deep. Stop trying to be so touchy much that you won't accept and allow. Sometimes it's not even accepting. You won't even allow the help because you too strong, you too this, you too that, and oh no, you don't want nobody to see you weak. You don't want nobody to see you down and out. You don't want nobody to see that side of you. So you rather be over here just all falling apart, all just need your medicines. I mean, thank God now CVS deliver. But what happened? What would happen? What was going on before CVS was delivering and you need your meds? What was you doing? What was you
Mm-hmm.
doing? Like you got to be open. That's a whole message. Like you have to be open, y'all. Open. You have to be open to who and how God is going to use people to get to you, to get through you, and to be there for you. Because yeah, they may not be forever for shows. My daddy talks about that a lot when he talks about seasons. They could be there for a moment, they could be for a little while, a season, or a lifetime. And
Mm-hmm.
you'll catch that. But child, if it's somebody in that moment where especially you already feel like you done had 10 breakdowns and you trying to grocery shop and that little one that's in them threes and twos over there literally done messed the whole display up, child, and you just so embarrassed because you got the baby on the other baby in your little strap thing, and you like, oh my God, can anybody help me? And then he comes, send somebody. I answered you. I answered you. You why you ain't gonna let them help? So yeah, we you need the help. We ain't supposed to do this alone. We're not. So you need the help. Show up, and let them show up. Accept the help. Last
Yes.
question.
Yes, that is so true. Accept the help. Put hashtag accept the help up in the comments, y'all. Because so
Mm-hmm.
many people, they pride get in the way. Like
Mm-hmm.
God said, two is better than one. I don't have the
Yep.
scripture, but you better go look it up. It's time for you to learn how to
Mm-hmm.
look up scriptures in the word anyway. So the
Mm-hmm.
last question we have is, what advice can you give the viewers out there based on your experience?
I would definitely say to one, which if y'all ain't figured it out, um, if you have not been to therapy ever in your life, I need you to go. I need you to go, and I need you to find the right one for you. So if that means you got to go through a few to get to the best one for you, do that. I think I've mentioned it so many times. There are pretty much, if you are still working and have not been, but I think even those that have been affected and they've either been furloughed or laid off, they may still have some benefits coverage under the act related to COVID. So check that out. But if you are still employed, check if your employer has EAP, which is Employee Assistance Program, which usually will give only 3 to 7 free therapy sessions with the therapist of your choice that's in their network. But now they are literally giving you anywhere from 9 to 15 free sessions. So handle that. Handle that. Go get your check in. Like my sis said, you wash your car every day, bruh. You be making sure your car's straight. You make sure everything's straight but you. That's the whole problem. So do that. Make sure everything's straight. Make sure you straight. Have that one. Then maybe go on and move to semi, twice a month, twice a year. Then maybe go to quarterly. But do what you need because listen, this all has been something we've been in, but we've all experienced it differently. And so I don't know what you need to keep fighting. I don't know what you need to be able to keep, surviving and thriving. I don't know what you need to be able to be prepared for the other side of this. I don't know. But between you, God, and that help that He's sending, that vessel, that therapist that's been clinically trained and got the knowledge of and all of that He put in them, I'm just saying you might want to consider that. Second thing I want to leave you guys with is just to know that there is no guilt, there's no shame, there's no condemnation, meaning whatever you may be dealing with, whatever may have been bothering you all year or even before that, know that there is no guilt, no shame, and no condemnation in it. He will answer your prayer, he will answer your call. So don't be guilty about nothing, don't be shameful about nothing, don't feel no condemnation from anybody about this mud. I want more than anything for you to get whole. And so whatever it looks like for you to get whole, I'm down with it. I'm not listen. If they are hating, if they running their mouth, if they doing anything that ain't of God for them to be your chosen vessel in that time and in that space and in that period, then they need to go, period. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to kick folk out your life, but I'm trying to make sure that you have the right resources in your life. You need people that are going to not necessarily be yes ma'am and no ma'am, but you need people that are going to be accountability partners. You need people that's going to be prayer partners. You need people that's going to be business partners, and you need people that's going to be life partners and friendship partners. Like, listen, it's it's a for real thing. It's a for real thing. We all need connection, collaboration, and community. But how you look at that in all parts of your life is very true. You got to look at it from the whole version of who you are, not just from the little pieces that you want to divvy out to folks. We need your whole you. Last thing, and I'm done because I think I'm over my time. Last thing, and I'm done is just to be mindful that however you came in this thing does not mean that that's how you coming out of it. And I'm not going to tell you you need to come out of this with a new business, a new this, a new that. I'm just saying how you came into it. You may have been now given a cultivated perspective, a new understanding, a new found uh a newfound, I can't think of the word, but you now appreciate newfound appreciation for your spouse or your wife for still being able to manage her regular 9 to 5 and then still manage household. You may have found a newfound respect for your husband because he saw your struggle and he stepped up and helped you out. You may have found a newfound respect and understanding and gratefulness because you got kicked out of your house because you got your hours cut at the restaurant. Then they went on to let you go, and you want no severance or nothing. And your grandmama said, "Baby, you can come live with me. It's all right. You don't gotta pay me nothing." You know what I'm saying? Like you've got a newfound respect for our organizations, nonprofits that have been out on the front lines providing groceries, providing hot meals, providing shelter, providing resources, providing things for people in need, where they came from, food, clothing, and shelter for those that have been in just loss in finances or in serious, severe domestic violence or sexual assault, whatever your age situations, and they've been found and able to give away out of where they were in quarantine, because in quarantine it was a whole hot mess. You have maybe began to find a newfound respect of your grocery workers, your Walmart and your Costco workers, because they still been out in this thing. I tell my cousin all the time, she's a manager at Walmart. I say, girl, you's a bad girl. Not you ain't missed not one day. You up here and you dealing with all this mayhem, but yet you being faithful over the few things. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I think, that last thing I want to say. Keep being faithful. That's real churchy, faithful over a few things. But what it's saying is just keep being respectful, honorable, and appreciative of what you have and what you don't have, because it can all be taken. And you would have to figure out how to go back to the basics. The thing he says when he talks about the parable of the different hours and the workers, that some came at 8, some came at 12, and then some came at 4 by the time it's getting ready to go. But he said they all the same. Y'all all the same. So I think what that reminds me of is this, you know, some of us have been in this storm, and there might not have been no financial, but it might have been mental and spiritual war that you've been fighting. Some of us have been through this and we've lost loved ones and haven't even been able to bury them, or did bury them, but it was only at a burial location, and only maybe a few were able to go. Some have had and still have family members in the hospital, either for COVID or other things, and and they can't even see them, and they racked with just grief and misery. You don't know what this is like for anybody, but know that from it all, child, we got a whole found appreciation, respect, and love and gratefulness over the few things, because the rich is still in it with us, the poor is still within us, the middle class is still within us. We all in this. We just might be doing it differently. We might be in it differently, but we all on the same level playing field. And he's reminding us, it don't matter who you are, you need to be grateful, because he can touch anybody and he can use anybody. And so I'd rather be the one being used than just being touched. All
Mm.
right, sis. Am I
No,
am
that's
I
right.
good? Am I
Yes,
good? I know you
man.
said we was wrapping up in prayer.
Oh, well, no, I'm gonna give the word after testimonies. I give
Okay.
the word of what God said, but we can definitely go ahead and wrap the testimony up, and we're finished with the questions. I just wanted to say thank you, because the crazy thing is, like I always tell y'all, it always coincides. Everything that the last question she had, all that advice, it she was preaching exactly the same exact word God gave me earlier this week, y'all. I promise you not. You'll hear it as soon as I go through, because I'm about to start and get the rumbling, honey. It is like y'all gonna think we talk to each other. I'm telling you, the only person God talked to us, okay?
Mhm.
That's the only person that you like. It's a crazy experience. Like I hope y'all get the chance to experience it when you give your life to God at the end of this live, if you have not did it. But I just want to say thank you once again. That was an amazing testimony, and I know it blessed somebody today. Also, because you have your own business, I always what I do on my lives, I always want to, because so many people want to charge for advertisement and stuff like that, and I don't believe in it. I believe in helping, like the Lord say, He gives out the wisdom. He didn't charge them for that. So I want to always give free advertisement for people who have business opportunities, or just businesses in general that can help somebody, or whatever the case may be. So what I want you to do is I want you to comment down your link and make sure you pin it so it can be at the top.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
comment down your link and pin it. So thank you once again. Oh, man, my throat be getting dry. I don't see how people be preaching. Ooh. But you can go ahead and stay on the rest of the live. We're gonna close out this. Thank you, my sister. You were excellent. It blessed me, and I got kids. You know what I mean? That makes me more appreciative for my kids. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this real quick before she leaves. Please, if you do not want your child, do not abort them. Give them up for adoption. There is plenty of people out here who want to raise a child, who want to have a baby, don't let people think that it's a choice. I'm sorry. I just got to go with whatever God say. Period. So you can hate me, love me. I don't care, because obedience is better than sacrifice. So I hope that resonated in you guys' ears. Please, 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 please think about it. Take it into consideration. All right, sis, you can I think it's a I don't know if it's an exit ending button, and then I don't know. Or do I need to press it?
I'm not sure.
Uh, well, I'm gonna do it because I see one. Don't forget to
Okay.
pin it as well.
Okay. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you, sis. Until
Later.
next time.
All right.